Prime Minister announces relaxed curfew hours for Christmas, welcomes a $3.7 billion Kingston investment, and opens first hotel since pandemic. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Anthony Morgan.
Your life is in your hands. The government is going to move to return the economy and the country to normalcy, and we are doing so with great caution and great care. But there is a limit to which the government can shield the citizens from the threat, and without creating more problems.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness in Parliament Tuesday as he outlined adjusted COVID-19 containment measures for the period December 10 to January 13 next year. Curfew hours will go up to 1 a.m. on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Regular curfew hours have also been extended by an hour to 10 p.m. Operating hours for rivers, beaches, and other water attractions have been extended until 5 p.m. Prime Minister Holness says the mandatory work-from-home order for public sector workers will come to an end on December 31. Protocols governing places of worship, weddings, annual general meetings, and events hosted by the government remain unchanged. Rules governing burials, funerals, and the public gathering limits also remain in effect. In the meantime, Prime Minister Holness says the entry requirements for persons traveling to Jamaica are still in force. Travelers are required to present a negative PCR or antigen test 3 days before travel to the island. Vaccinated persons who opt for the PCR test will not be asked to quarantine. A mandatory quarantine is in effect for travelers who are vaccinated but have taken the antigen test. The same is true for persons who are partially vaccinated and those who are unvaccinated. Prime Minister Holness, meanwhile, says the island is preparing itself for a fourth wave of COVID-19. In addition to administering booster shots, government was actively building out field hospitals, increasing the number of vaccination sites and oxygen generators, as well as procuring an additional genome sequencer.
If you had already been vaccinated, please take the booster to enhance your immunity. And if you did not get vaccinated at all, you are extremely vulnerable. So please get vaccinated now.
Ahead of Parliament Tuesday, Mr. Holness gave remarks at the 6th meeting of ministers and high authorities of science and technology. Jamaica co-chaired the December 7 and 8 virtual forum with the Organization of American States under the theme Harnessing the Power of Transformative Science and Technologies to Drive Our Communities Forward. Mr. Holness told the forum that the COVID-19 pandemic has caused Jamaica to redouble its efforts towards a stronger, more resilient and inclusive recovery.
Utilizing new technologies in our service sectors, bridging the digital divide, the transition to e-commerce, renewable energy, biotechnology, biodiversity, and addressing climate change are some of the areas which will underpin post-pandemic growth and development. Our actions must be results-based and people-centered.
Also on Tuesday, the Prime Minister broke ground for a $3.7 billion business complex dubbed One Belmont. In addition to the project being a show of confidence, Mr. Holness says there are positive signs that economic recovery is underway. The Prime Minister also revealed that the real estate and construction sectors grew by 5.2% at the height of the pandemic.
The real estate industry, the construction industry, continues to boom in the pandemic, and we are confident that that boom will drive us out of the fallout in economic activity and lead to a stronger and better recovery.
In the meantime, Mr. Holness pledged to ensure that economic development is not at the expense of environmental protection on the island. Speaking specifically to urban areas, the Prime Minister said Cabinet has discussed the issue and will make a statement shortly.
Democratic countries must therefore continually improve citizen security, increase access to education, health, and economic opportunities, reduce inequality, protect human and environmental rights and diversity, improve anti-corruption frameworks, and maintain the rule of law. Jamaica continues to work in each of these areas.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness as he joined a democracy summit hosted by US President Joe Biden Thursday. The Prime Minister headed to Trelawney Thursday to open the first resort since the start of the pandemic in March last year. Ocean Eden Bay Hotel is a 5-star all-inclusive facility operated by the H10 Hotels chain. The property boasts 444 suites, meeting facilities, convention services, as well as a range of sport and entertainment options. Mr. Holness used the opportunity to call on more tourism workers to take the COVID-19 vaccines.
There is no room for complacency, and I want to emphasize the need for all Jamaicans, especially our hardworking tourism workers, to get themselves vaccinated, to shield themselves, the guests, and of course, their own families and friends with whom they must interact every day.
Back in Kingston Friday, the Prime Minister held talks with a team from the Inter-American Development Bank headed by President Mauricio Claver-Carone. It's the first official visit by the IDB President and his senior leadership team to Jamaica. The IDB President commended the government for its fiscal management of the country, noting that stewardship of the economy prior to the pandemic has put the island in a great position to rebound.
It is with great pleasure that the government of Jamaica presents you with this diplomatic passport as a symbol of our appreciation, a symbol as well of our respect and love for you. You deserve it.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness Tuesday as he handed over a diplomatic passport to Olympian Elaine Thompson-Hira. Mr. Holness congratulated the World Athletics Female Athlete of the Year, saying the country was proud of the talent, confidence, and passion she displays. He also urged the history-making athlete to continue to break records and showcase brand Jamaica. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.